And she travels the world speaking. She has just a wonderful story to tell that's enlightening and energizing. And I welcome her, and please welcome Christine.
How wonderful to be with you all. Oops, got a bit of back sound. Is that okay, Gary? You know, I've just come back from Australia a couple of days ago, so I feel like I'm in another world here. So bear with me. There's a lot of emotion here, a lot of love and a lot of joy coming through me from the energies of the Pleiadians and Mother Mary and the Christ energy. You know, we have tremendous support right now. The angels are also here in support of you and your journey, of each one of our journeys that are so essential right now. And what feels important is for me just to talk a little bit about what's happening on our earth plane since the new year, since we moved into 2022, because that energy is strongly impacting each one of us in the ability for us to move into a more accelerated awakening at this time. And the words for this month, "Be Here Now," could not be more appropriate for this destiny time on earth. And so as we moved into 2022, the Pleiadians had spoken to me about what they called the great shift that was going to take place on our earth plane. And they spoke of it, that there was no other greater energetic change. There never had been a greater energetic change than the one that was about to happen here on earth at that time. That earth was going to change its complete energetic arena. And so let me talk about that first, because what does that mean? The Pleiadians also called it the Great Split, and what came to my mind, separation, but no, they didn't mean separation. They meant a shift in energy. We have been living in a third dimensional illusion for lifetimes, playing out our humanity, our experience of being human. That's what we've done here. Lifetime after lifetime, we've been evolving by having human experience. And so there's been like a strong third dimensional illusion of separation, of fear, of struggle, of lack, of being small and insignificant. And we've lived through that. We've had human experience through that illusion being so anchored here on the planet. Well, at the moment we moved into 2022, that energy of that illusion has been held actually by the magnetic core of the earth, or through the magnetic core of the earth. And there was a huge shift in the magnetic core at the time of New Year. As we moved into 2022, the energy of the magnetic core opened up, and from that forged third dimensional illusion, a split opened. Like I saw it as, or the Pleiadians showed me it as, this heavy cloak being lifted off the earth plane, and a shaft of light, pure light, entering earth in a very different way. And this energy of this shaft of light created the split where we are no longer being held within that third dimensional illusion. What that means is that light is really the light of your own sacred nature. You have your humanity, you have your sacred nature. That is your full makeup. And we've been largely anchored and working through that illusion, that human part of ourselves, of the struggle, the limitation, the lack, not being really aware of the vastness of who we are. And with the opening, with the split that has occurred, and this is not gone away. This is actually growing day by day. The energy of the light, the expansion of our own potential. It's dispelled the heaviness of the illusion, of the hold of that illusion of the smallness of our humanity, and it starts to highlight the vastness of who we are in our sacred nature. And those words, be here now. It's in the moment of being in the moment, of being, when you're in that moment of here and now. You're not in the past thinking about what's happened. You're not in the future about what is going to happen. You're in the moment. And when you come into the moment, you actually claim that part of yourself. You move out of that separation and you start to align into a multi-dimensional expression of the moment that you are within your higher self. So this time is about you choosing to interact consciously with that sacred part of yourself. Because you can. Because we can like never before. Because the energy of the illusion has lost its hold. We are now more able to actively engage within the sacred that we are. We can claim ourselves and we can create what it is we want for ourselves, what is our heart's desire for our lives right now. Now, the ego mind is part of the humanity where we believe we're incapable of creating, incapable of deserving to receive that natural abundance that we are within our own multidimensional sacred natures. So the energy is here and now for us to start channeling and creating our heart's desire within this new energetic arena that is here and now on earth for us. And so like never before, we get the opportunity to consciously and actively choose what it is that we want for ourselves here and now. And it's through the connection, the heart, the chest area, this is the doorway to our multidimensional selves, to activate that creating element, that creation element that we are. It's been switched on now. It's like all the light switches have been turned on inside of ourselves for us to very easily access this aspect of our light, of our multidimensionality. And what does multidimensionality mean? It means the part of you that is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimensional, where you are a creator, you are a being of light. You are your own master, and it's about becoming a master and bringing that mastery into your day-to-day living now. And that is the turning point. This is a huge turning point in the evolution of the consciousness of Earth. And as you claim yourself and claim your own unique vibration of light that you are, you hold the divine aspect of your own God consciousness like no one else in the universe. You are recognized through that unique frequency that you are. And when you take a moment, like be here now, in the stillness of the moment, and just hold your heart and bring your awareness there and start claiming that unique essence of yourself, and start consciously saying, this is my heart's desire. This is what I choose for myself now in my life. Being specific about what it is you want, and maybe you don't even know what it is you want for yourself. You may just want change. It starts with maybe what you don't want for yourself. I've had enough of limitation and lack in my life. I've had enough of not having love in my life. I deserve, I am. The energy, the words of I am start to activate in your heart cells. It's like a quickening that goes right through you. It's about choosing in the moment, and it's not about doing it perfectly all the time. Yeah, you'll have moments of being in your human self, the human ego mind that says, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you don't deserve. But when you come into the moment and be here now for yourself, I claim this moment. I am. Every heart cell begins to quicken. It's like a light switch gets turned on, and you're the only one that can turn that on for yourself. The main light switches have been turned on, but you have to actively, consciously engage with what it is you want for yourself, your own heart's desire for you, not for everyone else. How the ego mind always wants, it's for someone else, it's not for me. Everyone has their own abundance, and everyone chooses their moment to open up into that abundance. You can't do that for them. And they don't need you to do it for them either. It's honor and respectful to allow each individual to choose the time they want to activate their own abundance. Maybe they still need to be in struggle and suffering. And you might want to ask yourself, how long do you choose to be in struggle or suffering or lack? The energies on the planet right now are just like, there's this incredible fluidity that has never been here on the earth plane, this level of light that has never been here on the earth plane, and you are part of the network of that God consciousness light that now is existing through our planet. And as you engage through the heart, your heart has its own unique imprint, sacred design. And where we connect, each one of us individually, is through the God consciousness state that we all are. We all hold this unique divine aspect. It's not about a competition here, because we're all so unique. We are each needed to create the whole collective energy. And this is part of the revolution of Earth. This is the transitioning of our Earth plane. And yes, we have the support of the angels, the light beings, the masters. We have the galactic groups that are here to support us. But ultimately, we as human beings are the ones that are destined to shift the consciousness of the Earth. And it comes through you taking moments to activate and align that energy of your own multi-dimensional heart. And claiming that and actively working in it in your day-to-day living. Choosing, it actually takes courage to allow change. We're creatures of habit, and we cling to things that we know. Even we cling to the struggle and the fear and the lack, because it's what we've had for so long in our lifetimes. But it's about choosing those moments, being here now in this moment. I choose to align to my heart. And this is me. I am. Those words, I am, when you anchor them through the heart cells, that lights up and creates the quickening in the cells of your heart like nothing else. And it's not, I am. That's meaningless. I am. When you make that statement and you're connected to the words, you're connected to the vibration of those words, you claim yourself, you claim the master that you are. And we've learned in society to be small and insignificant, not to just stand out and claim how great we are, how amazing we are, how brilliant we are. But that's the old way of being human and not being in our power. Being in your power means you have to take responsibility for what you've created in your life right now. Look at your scenario of your life. You are the creator of that. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's still a creation. And it's only an experience in the moment. And it's what have you created for yourself? And it's not about putting yourself down, oh my gosh, this is happening, that's happening, this is happening. No. You've created a series of experiences in your life right now in order to learn and grow. And when you claim responsibility for your creation, you set yourself free. Because what I learned years ago, and I think it was one of the biggest lessons, I was given a few months to live. I had advanced systemic lupus. And when the doctors told me I was going to die, actually it was like, oh my gosh, I was kind of excited because I realized I'd created something to kill myself. And actually I wanted to die at that time. But when I realized I could create something to kill myself, I then got excited because I knew I could create my own healing. And my life transformed. I took back my power in that moment, not knowing it then. And I went through a huge awakening. And I've been symptom-free ever since. That was 30-something years ago. But that was a great gift because I realized I have power. I can create. And I can create whatever I want for myself. And if I'm suffering, I'm choosing to suffer. And if you want to be in the suffering, go ahead. Be as deep in the suffering as you want to be. There's nothing wrong with suffering, but realize you're creating the suffering. No one else is doing it for you. And how long do you need to suffer for? Sometimes we suffer because we believe we deserve to be punished. Because somehow we've taken on that somehow we're really bad. But look at what you've created, the people you've drawn into your life to bring the lessons that you needed for yourself. You've never a victim, you've participated fully. Really have the courage to examine and own the creation elements in your life. And as you do that, you liberate yourself. Because the moment you totally accept responsibility for everything that's happened to you, then you set yourself free. And the moment you accept that full responsibility of your creation, you're free to create a whole new canvas for yourself. So look at the areas in your life where you feel you're a victim, that something's been done to you. That means you are not willing to accept that you were a creator, that you created that scenario. Why would I create that for myself? One would ask why we need to suffer. Because suffering is always self-perpetuated. It's your ego mind's misinterpretation or misunderstanding of what's going on in the moment. And that every situation that comes to you that you have created is a valuable learning experience for yourself. It's a gift in the moment. And the moment you choose to learn that lesson, to really take a good look and see what that feeling is that's inside, that's coming up, whether it's fear or sadness or grief or guilt, whatever that situation brings up for you, and you breathe that and just really claim that feeling and let it come out of you because it's locked inside, then you're liberated just on another level. And with the energies that are here right now on the planet, there's a tremendous amount of shedding of the old belief systems, the old way we see ourselves, or holding on to the grief or the guilt or the shame, the way we've judged ourselves as not being good enough, not lovable, not perfect. And it's really about holding ourselves with so much love and compassion in our humanity. We have that human part, and we'll always have that human part that's perfectly imperfect. Always. So hold that with love, yourself with love, compassion and patience, and witness, oh, there I go again, I made another mistake. And hold yourself with that love. And you just take a breath and let go. Just letting go. Letting the old shells just fall away. Because you can. You don't have to hold on to all the past pain. It served its purpose in the moment. And now you can just let go. And I remember the Pleiadians used to say to me, you know, just let go. And I'm going, well, how do I do that? And then I was at the Sea of Galilee. I was told, go down and stand by the sea. So I was down there, and then Jesus Christ was walking across the water towards me with so much love. It was like, oh my gosh, the love was so overwhelming. And I just fell to my knees sobbing. It was so extreme, that experience. And he stood beside me. And he said, when are you going to take yourself off the cross? You've put yourself up on a cross. And you're the only one who can take yourself down. You have to let go. And I knew in those moments when he said that I was holding on to so much from my past, blaming myself for so much. It was creating so much pain inside of me, just holding on. And then the Pleiadian said, you can let go. And they showed me, and they gave me graphics of holding onto a branch of a tree. That's what they said. You're just holding onto this branch of a tree, and below you is this rushing river. Just open your fingers off the branch and let yourself fall into the river of light. Just open your fingers. It's really about when you be here now, you let go. You choose to let go of the past. It's played its role out. You've played your roles perfectly, and everyone else has played their roles out perfectly with you. And you can open your fingers and let go of the past. And just let the relief flood through you. And you can begin to move into another part of yourself within your heart. That sacred energy that you are, that master energy that you are. And start to have moments of linking into your heart's desire. But sometimes it's difficult because you go, well, what is it that I want? It's like you're so busy, been so busy struggling in life and just getting through. What is it that I really want for me? And they're hard questions. Because sometimes you don't even know, and that makes it difficult. But if you just take a breath and let go again, and just ask for one thing that you need for yourself. One step at a time, one moment at a time. Remembering that the moment is not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, but trusting yourself in your heart in that moment. And just breathing and being and feeling your breath here. Moving the energy from here, from the ego mind, and allowing it just to come down here into your heart. And this is your sacred space. This is where peace, truth, joy exist, where you are, where the fullness, your mastery, your master energy exists, where the simple truths exist that feed your soul, that nourish you. And this is where the sacred connection to your own God consciousness exists. And that is where we all truly interconnect through our own God consciousness state, through our hearts. You birthing you. As the Pleiadians say, you are who you've been waiting for. And I love that. Because there's no other human being involved. I don't have to deal with any other human being when it comes to my own mastery, my own rebirthing process. I can share, yes, but I don't have to depend on anyone else. That human element, even my own human element, that is perfectly imperfect. I can stand and be with me in moments. Just being and allowing the energy and the essence of my own heart to feed and nourish me. This is the time for our sacred paths to be self-realized. This is the time for us to be able to self-realize into our own mastery with this whole new energetic profile on our earth plane. And each one of us is being called forth now. Like, be here now. And just allowing your own unfolding to take place. Understanding you're being taken. Our higher selves have always been with us. They're never separated out. We haven't always been aware of that part of ourselves. But the element of our sacred is to take us home. To bring us into this mastery so that we start to anchor it in our day-to-day living. That you start to witness the manifestation of your own life through your heart. So we have been launched since, 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks now. And everything will shift. That momentum that's opened up will keep opening up, compelling you to come back home to yourselves, compelling you to allow yourself to live in a different way than ever before. Yes, with yourself, but also with each other. We're not meant to be alone. It is a lone journey, but we're not meant to be alone with the energy and the essence of ourselves. We need to come together within community and actively engage, actively start talking about the changes, the aspect of your own sacred development, sitting in circles together, and each one of you honoring the other for what they bring to the circle. Your own unique vibration of light, your own divine signature. And the ego mind has always created separation, being more than the other, a competition, or little sets within groups. Anything to separate out and create that separation, that's how the ego mind has worked and does still work. But the truth is that the sacred part of ourselves does not seek that separation. It seeks union, communion. And as we meet with just yourself and one other person, it's a meeting of hearts, a meeting of light, a meeting of love, of a life force that we are, and a witnessing of each other, of who we are in that. That we enliven each other because we see each other. Like I look out here and I can see all your individual energetic vibrations of light. The pure essence of your own higher selves. That's what I see. And every one of them is brilliant and unique. But it's about you getting to know that part of yourself. You've left a whole arena, a part of yourself out of the equation. This is the time now to be inclusive and to really start developing that sacred element that you are, your own self-mastery, to know the vibration of yourself, to interact through that vibration of yourself through your heart. That it's not a mystery anymore, that you take the veil off, because the veil doesn't exist anymore, but open the door to yourself and make you the most important ingredient and bring it into your life and allow that mastery to unfold in your life. One moment a day. I see you and I feel you. But what about you seeing you, you feeling you, that sacred component? And allow yourself to be illuminated by yourself. Not looking out here, but looking in. That's being here now. That's the truth of those words. I am. So that you become the living vibration. And that vibration fills every cell in your body. It creates a different nutrition for your whole physical body. We're destined to live a lot longer in this lifetime. That's unlocking your mastery light and allowing it to feed the cells right through your body, so that you become enlivened with your light. But it's got to be active. It's not something you talk about. It's something that is actively engaged in your life, day by day by day. One moment at a time, you breathe, you let go. I choose to let go. You look at, where am I hanging on? Where am I still in pain, in grief, feeling betrayed? Where are the areas that I'm still holding on and just playing victim because it served me for so long? And what will happen if I let go of being a victim? Something familiar, something you really know about. But do I choose to open another doorway and take another path now? And leave the old behind, just shed it. Like it's a big cloak, you'd pull the drawstring, it falls away. How is it still serving you that you're holding on to the betrayal or the guilt or the shame? And that inner child plays a very important role. It's part of your creation energy, your mastery energy. You know, how connected are you to that little girl, that little boy inside? How often do you go out and take that child out and enjoy the sun and the flowers and the birds? You know, how much have you cut that child off because of the old pain it's still holding? That child needs the love, the holding. All of these parts of us are so essential to that self-healing, to that self-realization. We can't be separate from anything. So if you push the sadness away, that sadness needs to be looked at, held, realized, and brought in. Just bringing in the different elements of yourself that you've kind of pushed away. Maybe the old stories that you're being told about yourself, that you're not good enough, not lovable, not okay. Each one of us has done the very best we could in each moment of time. There can't be regrets. We've played our roles out perfectly. And so has everybody else. To create series of experiences for us to learn. And there's not one of us that has suffered more than the other. That's been part of the human experience. But it doesn't have to go on. And as I found with my own unfolding, as I went through my awakening processes, my human part that had suffered so much began to get loved and nurtured by my sacred part, my higher self. Held and loved and healed. And that's the wholeness of me. And it's about finding the wholeness of you, not all at once, but choosing to be committed to yourself in the moment of your unfolding. Be here now with your human aspect, with your sacred aspect. We all said yes to being here at this time. We may not remember that. We may go, whoa, and it was supposed to be a great privilege to be here on the earth plane during this transition. So it was a great gift and an honor to be allowed to be here at this time. Because during this transition, our earth plane is going to move at some moment from a third dimensional planet, and it will no longer be that. It will go to a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional planet. It will never be a planet that people return to have the human experience. This is the last incarnation for that. And we are all instrumental, the ones that said yes, the way showers, that's us here in this room, or you wouldn't be sitting here. We said yes to playing out our role. Yes, to have the human experience and then to evolve. And the evolution is here and now. It's about reuniting, reconnection, reunion with ourselves, with that sacred part. And only we can activate, turn that light switch on and come into the hearts and open up into our mastery. Each one of us is responsible for turning our own light switch on, and then collectively we join together. Collectively we create this network of consciousness light across the planet. The network's already in place. It opened up at New Year. And it's waiting. That network is waiting for each one of us to connect into our hearts, and we connect into that network of consciousness. We return. And there's nothing you have to change about yourself, your humanity, in order to link into your mastery. Nothing. The wait is over. You don't have to wait till you get perfect, because that's not happening, because you're perfectly imperfect. There is nothing you have to change or wait for in order to start activating your own abundance, activating your heart's desire of what you need for yourself now in this life, right now. What is it you need? And bring that desire to your heart. And be specific. Not general. I need this, 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 and this. And I need it now. And breathe it through. And start to activate it through your heart cells. That is your creation center. And then the lights start to flick on through your heart, your creation center, which is well beyond this physical body. It goes well beyond into your energetic field. But this is your entry point. You coming home to yourself. And there's absolutely nothing you have to wait for. We are in a sacred time. And for me, consciously, I'm stepping forward more than ever into myself, into that realm of myself. It's endless. It's an endless, limitless space of being. But like never before, I'm launching myself. And I really hold the platform for each one of you to launch yourself now. Because it's time, and we said yes. And it's beautiful and glorious that we're in this sacred moment together, just right now. A sacred time of coming together. All like-minded, unique, alive, and like-minded. And each one of us holds that element of love We are created in love. Our makeup is love. And it's through that sacred component of your heart, that multidimensional space of yourself, that your love can be self-realized. And it starts right now. Be here now. Right now, here together is a sacred moment for us. And I just wish to honor you in all that you are in this moment. So be it. So thank you, everybody. It's a great gift to be here.
You, Christine Day. And now Barb is going to be playing some music for us while we do the collection. And just a reminder that Lake Harriet Spiritual Community is an independent organization, totally dependent on your donations. Dig deep here now, but you can also be a regular donor by going to our website and donating there on a regular basis. So while you're digging, we will enjoy some music. Thank you, Barb Ryman. Now we're going to bless our offering. This is something we do at Lake Harriet Spiritual Community. All of the green. So I invite you to repeat after me, God's perfect love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. Oh. So now we're going to circle up, but we are during the time of COVID. So it's going to be a big circle all the way around, and I'll ask folks to keep at least an arm's distance away from each other. Okay? And Christine will do our closing circle.
Claiming your place here in this circle and letting go into your place. So as this circle of light starts to form between us. Akoshata ine a sheo. May this circle of light go outwards. It's an energy of light flowing out across our earth plane, touching all of humanity, supporting and bringing the light and the love to all that require it. Akoshata I she'om da inea. She'om she'om she'om. So be it. Amen. Ho. Thank you, everyone.